Hey guys, my name is Luke and welcome to my channel. Today we're watching episode 3 of season 2 of Silver Spoon. Last episode, Hachiken joined the equestrian club and rode a horse for the first time. We met a few new characters whose names I don't remember. We met the principal, the short principal of the high school, and we also met the instructor who's in charge of the equestrian club, the horse instructor, whose name I also cannot remember right now, but I will pick them up slowly but surely as I keep watching the show. I saw the name of this episode, which is that Hachiken meets Pork Bowl. So this is going to be an interesting episode, I think. Maybe Hachiken is going to have to confront again the where his food comes from. So we'll see how this episode goes. Again, I like the first episode a lot. Like the second episode, sort of getting to know these characters a little bit more, a little bit of filling in some backstory. Again, haven't had too much tension, I guess, or too much conflict, I guess, but looking forward to see more of the show, seeing where it goes. I really like the art style so far. I like the anime as a whole. It's a good balance so far of humor and I guess some more realism. I'm curious whether schools like this really exist in Japan. It's a very interesting concept. I know even in the U.S. we have, you can obviously go to college and major in animal science or veterinarian science or different farm techniques. I know a lot of high schools, or some high schools in the United States have, especially in Texas and things like that, have agricultural programs, but I don't know if there are any high schools that are purely dedicated to farming or that have such a strong emphasis on it. But it's a very interesting concept, and yeah, Hachiken seems like he's having a good time so far. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this and looking forward to meeting Pork Bowl ourselves. Let's check it out. I've seen this, but pigs treat us as equals. It's very Animal Farm-ish. George Orwell is one of my favorite authors, so if there's some Napoleon references or all animals are equal, some are just more equal than others, I'll enjoy this episode. I have seen a few piglets on Instagram, and they are quite cute. I was gonna say. They can be pretty ugly when they're fully grown, but they can be very cute when they're piglets. At least from what I've seen. No experience with pigs the way I do with horses, though. A friend of mine from high school, and he was in college, owned a pig. They thought they were buying a teacup pig, and they were lied to, perhaps, and it was a full potbelly pig. But they raised it for 2 years, I think. I never met it, though. Alright, so far I have Hachiken, Mikage, and Aikawa. Those are the names I have. And I think Tokikawa is the one he's Hachiken's helping with math. I'm not sure. But slowly but surely I will get the names down. Okay, so that was the horse, the equestrian club that was doing that dance there, and then is this that's the Holstein club. All right, pretty good. Is this true? Do piglets get a specific spot and that's it? That's very interesting. I never saw that before. Very interesting. This is a very educational program. Golden Week. They keep talking about Golden Week. I have no idea what Golden Week is.
うちなんて畑56ヘクタールだぜ。ゴールデンウィーク中に
I'm wondering if Golden Week is a harvest thing or if it's a Japanese national thing. Other things I have to look up.
に遊びに行かない？
どこに？
マスコットキャラがいて。
Mascot and full of dreams. Oh, it's like he thinks they're going to Disney. Is that where they're going? Oh, okay. Oh, it's like an ag. It's like the Big E or an agricultural show.
競馬場じゃん。
今日うちの馬が出走するの。
Oh, it's a racetrack.
しかし場所はどこであれ見かけと思って。
I go to the Belmont Stakes a lot. I haven't been in a while, and I didn't go this year because they were having a lot of trouble with horses, and you know maybe they've been worked too hard or something like that. It was very sad that they had to put down some horses. I like horse racing, but obviously I don't want any of the horses to suffer. Normally I do think it's fun to go to the racetrack though and watch a horse race, especially when it's a big one, like Belmont Stakes. I saw 2 Triple Crown winners and that was a lot of fun.
競馬って開拓時代の名残なんだよね。自分とこの農耕馬が一番強いって農家が馬の力比べをしたのが始まりなの。
Oh, that's interesting. If these are draft horses that are racing. It's fun to sit on the rail when they come thundering down. That's always a lot of fun. Oh, very interesting. It's like a tractor pull, but with horses. This would be a cool thing to see if they still do this in Japan. Although I imagine that this might overwork some horses, which obviously is not as nice. Those draft horses are cute. I realized I said that in the first episode, but they are very cool to see in person. More delicious food. It's making me hungry. Alright, well I guess what I was talking about in the last episode that they didn't eat the horses, so it would be good for hot chicken. I guess that's not always the case.
この前食った稲田先輩のスモークチキンだって産卵成績悪いから淘汰された鶏だぞ。
This is a very brutal show. It's very interesting, but it's very like this is the reality of life, which is good to see. It's interesting anime.
ハチケン、お前高校どうすんだ？内部進学しないって、それでいいのか？
どっか遠いところにある高校に行きたいです。
ものによって。
So here's more of his backstory, I guess.
ないですから。将来の夢とか。
He's just aimless. Oh, I didn't have glasses back then.
遠いところならどこでもいいです。
ご両親はなんて？
何も言われませんでした。
お前みたいなやつに紹介したい高校がある。行ってみるか？
Oh, interesting that he came here at the advice of a counselor.
どんなことでもね、夢を持つということは同時に現実との戦いを覚悟することだと思う。
Resolve to struggle with reality. That's good.
はい。
俺ら馬に食わせてもらってるからよ。どの馬もみんな葬式あげてやりたいけど、経営厳しいから。人間の気持ち一つで一生左右されるんだもんな。
The show got very real in this episode. Oh, they don't get their cell phones while they're at school? I guess that makes sense. I thought we were gonna get more pork bowl in this. Oh, there's pork bowl. Now we're back with him.
よし決めた。俺がお前を他の奴らに負けない立派な豚に育て上げてやる。3年間仲良くしような、豚丼。
じゃあ食品化3年です。この前生まれた子豚いつ頃ベーコンにしていいですか？3ヶ月後だ。
さよなら豚丼。
Brutal. 3 months. I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're in this industry, you gotta be ready to do that. Nothing I've ever done before.
はいはい。はい。新札幌中の？
はい、突然お電話してしまいまして申し訳ありません。今年酪農家に入学した8県融合の担任をしておりました白石と申します。
ほうほう。なるほど。
Alright, that was really interesting there at the end where we got like, there's, maybe we're gonna get more of his Hatchikin's backstory at the end with his homeroom teacher telling the principal something, but very interesting. Again, this was another good episode, definitely starting to get a more serious tone, learning about, you know, having to face, I guess, the not darker side, but I guess kind of the dark side that, you know, when you're raising animals and in different ways that they can die. I do feel a bit bad with the horses because sometimes with, you know, it's one thing to kill an animal to eat. Sometimes when an animal just dies for our amusement, that can be a little bit harder to deal with. Again, I'm certainly an omnivore. I eat meat. I you know, love chicken and steak as much as the next person. Not that I necessarily could raise, you know, a cow and kill it at the end, but I understand the idea of having to kill an animal for its meat. But when an animal dies just for amusement or something like that, that's a little bit harder to deal with, I think. So, but yeah, very interesting. Again, I appreciate that it's taking sort of a grittier tone. I like the idea where they compared getting to know horses versus getting to know humans, the way that Hachigen and they call him Ichan, but I'm wondering if that was a nickname. Wondering if that was a nickname. But yeah, I think that it was very interesting that they sort of had the idea of not only getting to know the animals, you know, not where they talk about you can't ever really understand a horse, but you know maybe you can try to understand a person, or you know, at the same time, not understanding where someone came from and not judging by appearances. Hachikin mentions that a few times that he's going to try to not judge by appearances. Also, the idea of the resolve, you know, having the resolve to make your dream sort of line up with reality. That was very insightful too. You know, that part of achieving your dream sometimes is, you know, making, you know, understanding how it's going to actually work, I suppose, and where your limitations are. But yeah, again, very good anime so far. It seems like it's building towards some different tension. You sort of have the internal conflict, which I think is very interesting with Hachiken. And yeah, looking forward to watching more of it. It's been great so far. Thank you for spending time with me, and again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have a good one.